York City. You know, they say if you can make it here, you'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. I wrote that. But say, on with the show. Hey, buddy, hail me a cab, will you?
What's the most scary thing about live performing?
Oh, just the same as this show, actually. I mean, you know, anything can go wrong, so...
Yeah.
Brisbane, 28 degrees and fine. Brisbane... I thought that was a good throw. Sydney, 25 degrees, early showers.
It's time for Melbourne, 30 degrees and hot. Melbourne.
Oh, jeez. Why a ferry, somebody asked, and I said, look, that'd be fun, because we'd be on the, it'd be fun, and it'd be night time, and there'd be 300 drunk people on board, and I get seasick a lot, and there was always the possibility we might lose the link.
What I would like to say, though, Steve, is you lost your virginity, your late night television virginity.
If I ever suggest ever again that we do the show from somewhere other than a television studio, will you really...
It sounded like a great idea.
It sounded
really
a great idea
did.
at the time. I'm having a ball,
I think
actually.
it is actually a good idea. I'm
having a good
sure it's
time?
going to be a lot of fun.
What do you mean it's going to be a lot of fun? We're nearly finished.
Adelaide, 33. Do you know where Adelaide is?
They don't speak English. Okay, what about Perth?
What about Vladivostok?
27? Alice Springs, 34. And
we have literally a jam-packed show tonight. The man with his feet on the pulse, star of the smash hit film Strictly Ballroom. I'm talking about Paul Mercurio joining us. Out here yet. Any minute, Paul Mercurio will be joining us. Well, I'm just teasing. No, Paul, just teasing the guest. I'm teasing the guest, Paul. Perth, 27 and fine. Oh, the other night, Lou Rawls was on, and we were talking about. It's really embarrassing, but you've asked. We were talking about how many Grammys Lou's. Thanks, Paul. How many Grammys Lou's won? And he said, I've won more than Marvin Gaye. And I said, how many has Marvin won? And, of course, Marvin is dead.
Yes.
Essentially. Tomatoes hurled at Dr. John Hewson. Common assault. Now, frankly, that's not on. And to assure us that the ALP is in no way associated with that, we have with us a member of the ALP in the audience tonight. Isn't that right? The ALP no way associated Senator Graham Richardson, who's in the audience. And thanks, Richo. It's a relief to know that the campaigns will continue in a civilised manner, because one of the... Hey, Rich, just cut that out. Richo, just cut... Anyway, it's obviously... That's not how we rehearsed it, Kevin. Alice Springs, it's the middle, guys. Middle.
Steve said hello. Hey, Steve.
Oh, Jock can't hear me.
No, Jock can't hear you. I'll have to relay.
Just tell Jock he looks like a wuss with a beard, would you, Glenn?
Steve says he loves you and he'd like to meet you after the show. Yeah. Thanks very much, Steve. You're a prick. Okay.
I get bored too quickly doing anything that really involves physical activity.
Whereas you, Dolph, would work out pretty much, what, every day?
Yeah.
That's my water, Dolph. Please leave it alone.
Shit. Fight!
Oh, God.
What?
Does that mean I'm going to die? Does it mean I'm going to die?
Well, it takes a while to get the
2 years.
full-blown effect, you know, but otherwise...
Did you expect it to do so well so quickly?
Ja, vad kan jag ställa mig när jag stoppar? Jag hade alla varit med hissnen när jag hade alla från Milano, Stjärna.
Let me... If I could move on then. This is it. The TV Week Logie Awards 1990.
Stephen, you're a wanker! Pretend you're a normal person, everyone knows you're a wanker.
How many smokes would you have in an average day, Lila?
How many would I have?
Yeah, roughly.
I know if you got the puck, you probably knock a pack of them.
But mate, you're on the verge of death and you're knocking back the grog and the smokes?
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
He pointed to this long coffin, and I says, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but black people don't get in there while they're alive. Never while they're alive. Only when they can't argue. He says, but you will get in. I says, I will not. And he kept pulling the $100 bills. I says, you can't buy me. But he kept on, and pretty soon I started watching. You know? And he kept on, and I says, I will not be bought. But then I never had no $3,000 in my hands at that particular time that quick. So I grabbed it. I said, I'll try it once.
Nurse! Just fluff my pillows, would you please?
It's like a ship, and we have sort of like a big tank here, and we can fill this room here with water, and what the sailors have to do is block the holes and stop the ship. I'm thinking if they don't actually manage to block up the holes, they just hit each other with these, like this. Yeah. We're about to go. We're going to lock up the door, Muddy.
Now, this is the real McCoy. Glenn Robbins' life is in danger at this point.
Okay, let's lock it up. There they go. 1, 2, 3. We're nearly ready to go. I've just got to get myself prepared, Steve. We're out at sea. It's rocking. And off in the distance. There, I think we've hit something. And here comes the water, Steve. As you can see, it's coming in over here. And it's freezing. And I'm hanging onto an electric microphone. I could get electrocuted.
Glenn Robbins, unsighted at this point. Filling up the holes. They're using anything they can. They're using mattresses. This is what actually happens.
There they go. They're trying to block that one up.
Do you know Candid Camera?
Yeah.
Do you think the Rodney King thing was an elaborate Candid Camera thing? You know, because when he was, I'm sure I heard him when he was being beaten up saying, is this Candid Camera?
One visual gag after another.
We were trained by Roy Heffernan, who was a master of wrestling.
He's got the Lilo. There is the Lilo gag.
I was invited to run for president in 1970, but I turned it down. They wanted me to go.
And why did you turn it down?
Because, you know, well, the money wasn't right. And besides, my wife wouldn't want to move to a smaller house, you know.
We should resolve this whole leadership thing once and for all, Peter, I reckon.
We'll have it tonight.
Have it just get it out. John, is it all right by you if Peter becomes the new leader? Just yes or no, that's all I'm after. Yes, there you have it. There you go. Pete, you're in. Our next guests are Australian show business legends and potential residents of...
It's one.
I'm sorry?
It's one of Charles's ears.
Fergie. What do you think of Fergie?
Well, blah, something like that, really.
I'd go for Fergie.
Why?
Because I fancy her. She's got a nice bum and boobs. They're all shaped like Gillian. That's where I wanted to belong.
Well, let's start with my sister, Roxanne. She's nearly 13, and she's just growing nogs and things. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. And I keep saying, where are they, honey? Have you got any yet? And she goes, oh, Kimmy. So.
People get very embarrassed. I know I do when I was growing mine.
Yeah.
You just got to have a lot of courage. You've got to have things as big as a cabbage, you know, and you just got to get in there and tell her.
Things as big as a cabbage.
You know what I mean? You just got to tell her. You got to kind of.
You're halfway there, Rebecca. But right now it's time for the very latest news for the Queen of the Newsbeat, Ms. Jennifer Kite.
Thanks, Steve. Evening, everyone.
Cole, spin around, son.
What is a Commodore like?
It's a girl's car, basically. I'm trying.
Just a big trunk and a huge glove compartment and a fold-down mirror that comes right in front of you while you're driving.
Which do you think's the superior sex?
Women.
Well, you should know better than I that a woman's place is with her man or with her baby or cooking for people that are hungry.